Chain pearl.
182 people,
Bright pulliam.
each with a family grieving their loss. Bryce was an athlete, a musician, a father, and a son.
He loved people. Every time you saw him, he had a smile on his face, and it's really hard for me, to talk about it because it hurts a lot. And I want the person that did this to have some kind of remorse for what he did to my son.
He was 30 years old, killed while out with friends a week before Christmas. His parents still waiting for answers.
People don't want to talk. And until people are willing to at least have some type of dialogue about this, I don't see any end to it.
More than 40 people have been killed in Kansas City this year.
We mourn what they could have been.
Sunday, faith leaders honored those lost, calling for action. Gun laws, conflict resolution, anything that could prevent this pain for another family.
Don't wait until this kind of tragedy impacts your child, your young man, your young woman. Let's really be community. Let's really care about what happens to my neighbor.
Bianca Beltran, KMBC 9 News.
Howdy, sir. Howdy, ma'am. I'm sorry, but I'm going to tell you this. I don't feel sorrow for your son. I feel sorry for you. I feel sorrow for you because your son made me fear for my life, and I had to take action. And that action was taking your son's life. And that's a hard thing to have on my back. It's a sad thing to have on my back. But unfortunately, your son decided that he was going to come at me with an AR. And that's all I knew at the time. He scared me so bad that I didn't even hear what he was saying to me. I just knew I had to get my gun out and shoot him before he shot me. And if he was going to shoot me, he was going to shoot me. As far as I was concerned, he was going to shoot me if I ran, if I stayed. So I decided to stay and fight. And this is our discussion. And our discussion is going to tell the truth about what happened, to tell the media and to tell the people of Kansas City, Missouri, and the world that your son died in a criminal act. Your son died committing a crime. Your son wasn't always an angel. That's not what he was. I did ask God that night to take him by the hand and pull him up and show him the right way. Because obviously he wasn't doing all right. He did bad. And he did bad to the wrong guy. I do feel sorrow for you and your family. I do not feel sorrow for your son. I'm actually upset with your son. Because not only do you have to feel bad for your son, but me and my family have to deal with the fact that, that I did what I did. There's no glory to it. There's no glory in robbery. There's no glory in carjacking. There's no glory in shooting somebody. There's no glory in it. The bottom line and the truth is your son was a criminal. And how we could fix this problem is we could tell the truth, tell the media the truth, tell our young people the truth, and say, look, not only was he a good man, but he also did bad things. And the bad things cost him his life. And that's what we need to say. We don't need to make him look ugly. We just need to let him know, or let them know that bad things can cost you your life. And if you don't get it by the age of 29, I don't know what to tell you. But I will say this. I do feel for you and your husband and your family. And there's nothing I could change about what happened except for, I mean, I can't change it. Your son could have changed it, but he's no longer with us, so we can't have a rewind for sure. But I'm gonna tell you what happened that night. And before I do that, I want to say, God bless you and your family. And I hope God did bring him up and show him the correct way. Here we go. Right here, I was watching my rider go towards her apartment. I saw the people didn't mess with her, so I figured I'd just go ahead and go forward and keep an eye on her, see if she goes into her place. And she did. Right here on your left, pretty quick, is going to be her going into her apartment. So I decided to continue on. Everything was normal. Thought it was a done evening. I thought I was going home and everything was done. Well, I was wrong. Here we go. He came at me. This guy came at me. He's got 4 of his friends watching the scene. One, there he is. There he is. I said, oh Lord, I'm going to die. I'm going to get out my gun and shoot this guy. I don't want to shoot him, but it's him or me. And right now, I don't hear anything he's saying. I can't hear anything. All I know is I got a gun looking at my face through my window, and I got to take care of business, and I'm struggling to get my gun out. But get my gun out and fire around and tell them, all the other 4 guys, they need to stay where they're at, and I'm calling the police. Well, what happened after the shooting, after the scene? Well, I got contained by the police, brought to the police station, sat in what they call a dry cell. There was no water available. There was no seats to sit down in, nothing. It was just a square room. Because I cooperated with the police and everything was, pretty much good with me and the police told the jailers to go ahead and give me a seat where I could sit down and not sit on the floor, which was, I appreciated, because I'm a big man. It would be hard for me to get off the floor. But after 8 hours, I was contained, and for 8 hours, the homicide detectives released me after 8 hours, self-defense. I went home, got brought home by the police department because my car was impounded and still in the impound. DA, 3 weeks later, DA said it was self-defense and threw it out. Wasn't going to prosecute. And, unfortunately, we have a gentleman and his ex-wife. They lost a child. I've got to live with shooting the guy and killing him. And my family's got to deal with it too. I've got some family members that are handling it worse than the others. But I can't blame her, man. Can't blame her at all. It's a hard thing to swallow. It's a hard thing to carry. Would I do it again? Sure I would. I'd do it again. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. 26 seconds, just like it took the last time. You have to protect yourself. 6 months ago, well, it's a year now, but 6 months before the shooting, I actually bought that gun and ammo. And I went to a class. And the instructor told me, while I was standing in line going to the range, trying to sign up to get in the range, he asked me, hey man, you need to start learning how to hip fire. I'm going, well, that's a great idea, but here at the range, can't really hip fire. And, you know, and then I started looking into it. Because I don't have a whole lot of money to spend on bullets. In bullets. Ammo. I don't have a whole lot of money to spend on ammo. But I was looking into it, so I found dry fire with a laser. G sight. And I got that. And I worked with it. I learned how to dry fire. Learned how to hip fire. And I was pretty good at it. I was pretty good at getting it out and aiming and hitting the target pretty well. But yeah, I was pretty good at it. But anyway, the moral of the story really is, you know, people make stupid decisions, bringing toy guns to a real gunfight, trying to rob people with toy gun, especially here in KCMO, where we can still carry and open carry without a permit. I mean, pretty much, you know, about 60% of your citizens here in Missouri carrying weapons with them, carrying guns with them. So it's not a very good idea, man. Not at all. But anyway, hey, man, y'all have a good time. You know, be safe. I'm still trying to get, you know, mentally fixed from the headache, but make sure, I'm telling you guys right now, make sure that gun owners, you make sure you have a self-defense lawyer. Make sure you sign up for one of those self-defense lawyer things. I don't care which one you got. I got US CCA now. I don't care which one you go to. I don't care. You just need it. I was lucky I got it on videotape. So I could be in jail right now for something somebody else did stupidly. But anyway, hey, y'all have a good evening. Be safe. Stay safe. Ciao.